Nice, nice. So I mean, I'm just listening to you. I mean, you sound so much like Tim Ferriss as far as like the 4 hour work week. It's like the similarities and the compounding of the systems are very similar, and I think that what you're doing adds on another level on top because I mean, obviously you have the systematic intellect, right? Then you have the actual physical systems, and then now you also have the software. So again, you're bringing a complete package to the table. So my next question is about this package that you're building and you're developing, right? Where do you see what you're doing right now, maybe 10, 20 years down the road?
So number one, I think probably half the S&P 500 is going to be remote.
Mm,
And more specifically, I think actually the majority of remote companies will be asynchronous, and in-person companies, offices can actually use asynchronous work as well, right? So this entire concept of everyone getting into a boardroom and, taking 15 minutes to get up there, you have a coffee break or whatever, and you sit in this room for 90 minutes, of which you maybe only participate for 5 minutes. It's a stupid model. It doesn't actually get work done. The other kind of philosophical architecture that I'm inspired by is a book by my friend Cal Newport called Deep Work.
yes, sir.
And that book is effectively telling every single individual inside of an organization, get everything in front of you in order to be able to solve difficult problems. So you have no barriers to solving those difficult issues. And unfortunately, the vast majority of barriers inside of organizations are their managers.
Hmm.
So this is the thing that, you think to yourself, oh, you're a manager and you're managing all of these people inside of asynchronous organizations that I studied. The managerial level is about 50% thinner than their on-premise counterparts.
Hmm.
So there are more people doing work in asynchronous organizations than there are people managing people doing work in asynchronous organizations, which goes back to your original question, which is, well, why are some people apprehensive about going back to the office? Because a lot of them know they're redundant inside of those organizations at this point. There's a better way to do work. It provides more autonomy and clarity if you just delegate these responsibilities to the platform as opposed to actually doing it manually. Because I've been in some of these corporate jobs and, it's like, I tell you my metrics, you tell your manager my metrics, and then that manager tells the boss my metrics.
Mhm.
Well, why don't we just create a system where everyone's data can actually be put up automatically, and ideally not even put up manually on a digital platform, but completely automated. So you don't actually even need to put any of this data in there. And then everyone can have absolute clarity and not just give it to the CEO, give it to everyone inside of the company. So everyone has access to that data. And that's, to me, the future of where we're going in terms of work. I think if we have that form of radical transparency inside of the organization, then we're going to be able to open ourselves so opportunities, and people are really going to focus on doing much better work.